Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to your magical moon message. This is the Peace Dealer, representing Infinity Gang, here to remind you you are a limitless being with omniscopic potential. And I hope you remember there is nothing outside of yourself that you need, because the kingdom of heaven is within you. That's like my new tagline and message. I think I finally got it. I'm just going to start off a video saying you're pretty much capable of achieving everything until you click this, unless you already have. Gang! Holler. Yes, gang. We out here. All right? We got angels on deck. So we just say the word. We're so aligned. We don't need guns. We don't need to waste bullets. We just say the word because we're infinite. And that's the cool thing about this transit. As we are stepping into the completion of the value of everything we've harvested, a lot of these themes and concepts will no longer just be themes. In this completion, you're understanding the knowledge of how to convert these higher-minded, intellectual, Aquarian ideas and concepts into your physical body. And the completion of this manifestation sets the way for Gemini season to produce an actual context of what is happening. Virgo lets you know how it's happening, but Gemini lets you know what's happening so that you can produce the experience of someone that can harness the eternal nature of your value. Okay. The moon in Aquarius is going to reach completion at around 20 degrees, 21, 22, and at that 270 degree square, as the moon will come into the end of Aquarius, that's where the completion will start. After the full moon, whereas we usually start the transit off at the beginning, since we're having the new moons at the very end of the sign, most of the degrees from new moon to full moon will activate in the beginning, and in post full moon, a lot of those degrees will activate near the end. So the first part of this moon in Aquarius ascension is coming over the 9th house trine that Capricorn at about 19 degrees made to the sun, and Taurus at 20 degrees. So we are still coming up mathematically on the ascension of the practical leveling up of your value. As we reach completion, you are gaining increasing knowledge of what you are harvesting. So the active physical cardinal direction you have taken this development of harvesting your value in is applying the understanding of how to use this manifestation ability into the knowledge of the quality of your energy. And the way you want to see this is relative to the intentions of what you manifested. The final level of manifestation, representing Taurus, is its 10th house in Aquarius, which represents the knowledge. In order to manifest properly, right? Manifestation is not something that you leave up to faith. And the understanding and expression of your value is not something that you blindly have faith in. It's something you move forward in knowledge. People who know that once they set the intention to manifest their value and they know that this is what they're doing, it detaches you from attaching to the outcome, and you don't care about the time because you already know the final result. That's what Aquarius is here to teach you relative to Taurus season. And now that we're completing the quality of this harvest, it is providing cosmic advanced knowledge in order to prepare you for the moon in Pisces, where this will help you experience the divine understanding of the collective influence that belongs achieving this success. We are finally stepping into this completion chapter where we get to reap the rewards of our harvest, which is going to look like more wealth, which is going to look like more autonomy, which is going to look like more value. so that even if you don't make a single extra dollar, now you know more what you're worth. And that alone will put you in a position to make as much money as you want, as much resources as you want to manifest, because you're limitless. Because you are infinite. Yeah. Cool. The moon in Aquarius is crossing over Pluto, which is the second time I believe we've had this moon-Pluto conjunction for over 256 years, ladies and gentlemen. Say it with me. 256 years. The detachment and understanding of this higher knowledge that disassociates pride, ego, and feelings gives you an objective understanding of what your worth is in the face of others who are intimidated, envious. It's different if someone has constructive criticism and actually gives you analysis based on what you could do better, versus other people who you trigger insecurity with which they project on you because you got it like that, and they don't wish to see you as one with them but separate, and so they project on you like it's not their issues that they're dealing with that you're bringing out. So that whole notion of the collective perspective and narrative versus your individual worth is going to make sure you align with this knowledge you're coming in. Because the moon in Aquarius with Pluto is awakening extreme understanding of knowledge that you're not going to be uncomfortable. You're not going to be comfortable at first accepting about yourself. Similar to someone who has been in a small town their whole life, and now they realize that their music touches people all over the world. And so they are understanding that their value is a lot more far reaching than just their local small town. And they have to still maintain what they're worth in the face of other cultures that might, react differently to them. 256 years ago was the last time Pluto was in Aquarius. So you have to really treat aspects like this super relevantly, as these are the sparks of revolution that begin with you as an individual understanding this higher awakening of your place in the collective. And this moon Pluto aspect is the supernatural awakening of the extra dimensional facet of your ability to produce the supernatural effects. Mind you, if Taurus is natural, Aquarius is supernatural. So you're actually also going to understand the supernatural cosmic advanced understanding of how to manifest naturally. And a lot of this is just going to click with Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, in Taurus. The sun is still within degrees of Uranus. So as we continue this conjunction cycle, this is adding more production into the innovative quality with which you can effortlessly manifest. And what's really key here is to not be so caught up in the external evidence of this manifestation, because then you'll be caught up on when is it going to happen? How does it happen? You are strengthening internal qualities that are auto-nervous physically and then metaphysical spiritually in order to put you in a state where you are no longer attached to the external, because the kingdom of heaven is not outside of you. It's within you. And once you understand that, you will break through this Taurus lesson and take back all your power. Manifestation does not look like, even though Taurus is valid, I'm using the example of manifestation because this is solid in Taurus's representation. Manifestation does not look like desiring and wishing for things and looking for proof and looking desperately for signs to guide you. While signs are cool to actually connect with, this is not necessarily at all necessary. What's important is to know without a doubt what it is you really want, because a lot of you don't really want what you think of what you want. You want to really be square on what it is you want and know in your heart, mind, and soul that you already have it already and live as if it's here. Easier said than done. Taurus season has helped you overcome behavioral issues that help you align more with this principle, law, and mechanic. And now you're getting ready to ascend your knowledgeable understanding of the supernatural mechanics that lead into this dynamic as well. So the moon squared Jupiter, which broke through how you can utilize this subsequent evolution of your identity. And as the moon sextiles Aquarius coming into the completion, this is going to complete this knowledge of how much more you have evolved relative to what you're ready to manifest. We did this a month ago when the sun was in Aries, but the focus was more the direction you're expanding into, where this month, this is carrying forth this expansion to ground very purely the power you're going to feel in your hands. So what is the peace dealer saying that he is saying while speaking to himself in third person like Rick James? Because it's the peace dealer, bitch. This is you coming into a supernaturally eccentric, radical flip switch. The square that the moon made to the nodes aligned your destiny with how you should think about this knowledge that you're downloading, okay? But that square to Uranus later, once we start completing things, is going to switch the lever to where as you're coming into this knowledge, you are going to know more how to instantly manifest. And then once we complete, you're going to understand what makes your instant manifestation technique unique compared to other people. Because everyone is different. Even though we all drink water, we don't all drink water the same. Even though we all see the color red, we don't all see the same color. It's a very fascinating question that I heard in an album. Basically, I think Is God Real by IDK. And a very important question asked was, can you describe the color red, right? And I mean, without using another color to describe the color red. You can't. Without using another color to describe the color red, you can't describe the color red. So how do you know that you and I see the same color? You don't. And if you can't answer that, how can you say God is not real? These are the metaphysical higher principles, universal principles you're going to understand how to ground to begin to integrate throughout the summer during September, where this is going to be even more hyper real. Elements of the unconventional nature of how you express yourself reveal to others where they compromise themselves. You have a lot of people who had the same chance to choose to walk the path less traveled. They wanted to walk the more popular path, and now they're starting to realize there's nothing for them there. And instead of actually, taking responsibility for that, you might have some people target you because they're envious of you, and they may never have the humility to accept that. So, for those of you who are willing to step into the next level, this can make you a target unconsciously, directly. And I say that for you to be excited because your mama did not raise no bitch. You are here to express yourself uncompromisingly and count it all joy when trials hit you. But I want to set you up as a victim. This is nothing to worry about, just zodiac weather that you might have to weather as you complete this challenging transit. All right. I think that Moon Pluto conjunction was very iconic. Pluto will begin to retrograde as we move through Gemini season, but Mercury retrograde is continuing to have you reevaluate the practical ways in which you can already induce this manifestation now, because your understanding of your value relative to how you perceive through your physical senses is much richer. The synchronicities are more aligned. And I want to really end this magic moon message reminding you that the possibilities are endless. And so really tap into everything that's possible for you to know relative to what you can do, because now higher knowledge is being induced and understood and downloaded to augment what it is you're ready to complete. Once this completion hits in, it's going to feel like you've harvested valuable crops. It's time to sell them. It's time to actually take part of it. All right, get that gross pay. So y'all stay blessed as always. In a nutshell, you are understanding the knowledge around your awareness of this unconventional, innovative manifestation quality with Uranus next to the sun. And the fact that we're going to have Aquarius ruled Uranus squaring Moon in Aquarius and the sun is going to induce a very sudden, instant clicking where you already know this. There's an aspect of you outside the physical that knows this, but the click is going to click it physically, and you're supernaturally manifesting. You've completed the harvest. So spend the rest of this transit asking yourself, what would you do if at a snap of a finger you can manifest anything you want? Because you could do that right now. Don't worry about how that plays out. Focus your mind on how you would live if you could do this. And the Moon in Aquarius will guide this frequency by aligning you with more knowledge of how to advance this. You stay blessed as always. Stay infinite. And until next time. Peace.